I want to watch this.
Channel, the creator would have full ownership of it, but that isn't always true. And in some cases, how they lost control is downright ugly, which is what we'll be discussing today. Starting with the most recent high-profile case of a YouTuber selling their channel, we
Wait, Matt sold his channel?
have Matthew Patrick, or as he's known by his fans, Matt Pat. On April 18th, 2011, after living as an unemployed
I didn't know
actor
that.
in New York for 2 years, Matt uploaded the first episode of Game Theory to his YouTube account. The video was a surprising hit, and 12 years later, what
Wow, I didn't know
started
that.
as a portfolio builder had grown into 4 channels that cover a wide range of topics, from video games to movies, television, food, and beyond. Over the course of a decade, with his wife Stephanie working on the business side, they accrued over 30 million subscribers across all of their accounts, and built a dedicated following of theory-loving fans, all entirely independently. This would change,
Why do they look like they're
when
on cocaine
December
right there?
20th, 2022, Matt Pat posted a video to the Game Theorists in which he announced that he had sold Theorist Media.
This dude only got 7,000 dislikes for selling his entire fucking channel? He sold his entire channel and only got 7,000 dislikes? When I did Twitch Plays Pokemon, I got 20,000 upvotes of a hate thread. How is this fair? Where did I go wrong in the audience I chose?
And with it, all of their channels. He explained how juggling countless roles and responsibilities as a small team, from making videos to managing their social media presence to working with brand partners, was beginning to impede their ability to focus on making new and better content.
All of us on the team were already working on all the regular videos, which includes notes and thumbnails and filming. We were also doing St. Jude at the time, and Steph and I
Oh, that's why. Okay,
we were
throw in the
traveling to
charity.
conventions to hang out with you guys. And that's all the fun stuff. That isn't even mentioning all the unsexy stuff of actually running a responsible business.
As a result, they decided to sell the company in order to finally have the creative breathing room to achieve their ambitions, while also being able to rely on the resources and expertise of others.
How much money did they make? Does anyone know the number? What's the number that they made in total? It's probably ridiculous. It's a really bad still of him, but it's probably nuts. Probably like 20 mil, 30 mil. If I had to guess. Maybe even more. No one knows? Oh.
Matt explained that an array of companies approached them with purchase offers, but only one met their various qualifications. A startup called LunarX, which describes itself as a future-forward media company that invests in digital-first content brands to elevate them into globally loved franchises. Matt reassured his loyal followers that although LunarX now owned Theorist Media, he was still CEO of the company. His wife was COO, and all members of Team Theorists would still be staying in their positions. Fans took this world-shaking news with cautious optimism, which can most likely be attributed to how upfront and thorough Matt Pat was in the announcement video. While everyone involved so far seems to be optimistic about the prospects of this new stage, time will ultimately tell whether or not this was the right decision.
Let's see. Game Theorists.
New York. The big
Wait. He sold 4 channels for $10 million each. Is that actually the number? I mean, their videos actually still do incredibly well.
us into what the plot of Security Breach was.
Dude, their videos still do very well. 6.2 million, 6.5 million, 3.1 million. Very well. It was totally worth the decision to sell. They still get crazy views. Damn.
Unfortunately, not all YouTube channel sales have been this straightforward. We'll learn about another after a brief word from our sponsor. Have you ever Googled yourself and noticed on one of those public sites that all
Yes. Oh my God, Fred sold his channel? I didn't know that.
By Lucas Crookshank, where he uploaded videos in which he played the role of the titular character, a hyperactive child with a high-pitched voice.
I'm gonna get Judy a love card. I love you like old people love chicken. It's perfect!
Fred
I loved Fred. I actually loved Fred. I didn't like him. I was obsessed. Me and my friend Louie were obsessed with him. I would be there every time he uploaded. We would make jokes about his stuff he says. It was terrible and I hate myself for it. But I did do it. I really was that cringe. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
Was enormously popular during early YouTube, with each new skit getting millions upon millions of views, to the point where it became the first channel to earn 1 million subscribers in April of 2000.
But I will say this, I was never as cringe to watch The Annoying Orange. I still don't understand who actually watches that. I thought it was the worst content I ever saw in my entire life. And it was popular. So it didn't make any sense to me.
2009. His immense popularity also allowed him to cross over into the mainstream media, starting out with
iCarly, yep.
and shows like iCarly,
And then he had a movie.
before getting his own Nickelodeon program as well as 3 studio films. Shortly after the release of the third movie, the Fred channel stopped uploading for 2 years. During this period, Mr. Crookshank started posting to a new, more personal account, aptly titled
Hi.
It wasn't until July 31st, 2013 that there was finally a new upload on the Fred channel, an announcement video that the character would be returning in 1 week. 7 days passed, and sure enough, Fred did return, but he was now being played by a young Korean boy.
What?
Hey, the new Fred! Hey! Remember the Fred character with his funny YouTube videos? Well, now Fred is back, and he's even crazier! I even taught the original Fred! I'm better, more high-pitched, more squeaky. New Fred receives a lot of mail!
Naturally, fans were baffled and upset with this transformation.
Oh my
But
god.
what they would not figure out until months of strange content later was that this video was a sign of the permanent new direction that the channel had taken. You see, in 2012, Lucas sold the Fred brand to Collective Digital Studio, now known as Studio 71, a multi-channel network. After the sale, the Fred account was now home to a variety of comedy sketches and parodies, all of which had nothing to do with the original character. A live-action version of Adventure Time.
Let's see. Wait, the latest questions were from 3 years ago. So they completely flopped the entire channel. Oh my god, they killed it. 69K? 67K? Dude, these did terrible. And they just killed it. Yeah, it's 7 years. I know. They killed the channel. They killed the channel.
Time starring elderly people, a Man on the Street series hosted by Jake Paul, Minecraft animated stories. The network basically threw everything they could at the wall, but with views in the gutter, it was clear no ideas were sticking. Fred's analytics took a nosedive, and the channel's last upload, published on July 16, 2015, was a video of 2 kids asking strangers where babies come from.
But seriously, I want true, real answers. I know the story thing is not real. Where do babies come from?
You want the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Man has testicles, which have semen in them. And a woman has ovaries. And when that semen comes out
No, what the hell? What the hell?
and goes into the ovary,
Dude, you're in front of a mic. Why are you saying this to the public? Why are you letting a kid know this, you weirdo?
It was quite an underwhelming fizzling out of an ending for such a monumental channel in YouTube history. Adam Dahlberg, aka Skydoes Minecraft, was one of the most popular gaming YouTubers of the 2010s. Having started uploading in 2011, he was one of the earliest creators to center his channel around Minecraft, and as a result was catapulted into success. Only 1 year into producing content for the popular sandbox game, he had already surpassed 1 million subs. The world appeared to be
God, he
his
was
oyster,
crazy
but
popular.
just like all content fads, this first Minecraft era of YouTube eventually fizzled out, and Adam's channel's performance suffered as a result. Unhappy with the circumstances, Adam left YouTube for a period of time before returning in 2017 with a new focus on creating music under the fresh pseudonym Net Nobody. While this venture at first gained some attraction due to his manufactured rap feud with KSI, it quickly started to drop in viewership. Adam began struggling with very public mental breakdowns, making several posts on social media and conducting live streams in an obviously unwell state of mind. Ultimately, he would end up returning to Minecraft content, which actually performed decently well. Although the road following his peak had been tumultuous, at this point in time it started to feel like things were finally looking up again for the once prominent gaming influencer. On January 23rd, 2022, Adam's ex-girlfriend and mother of a second child, Liz, published a statement on his Twitter accusing the YouTube star of mental and physical abuse,
Oh,
as
shit.
well as countless moral failings inflicted upon other people. Harassing women, sending explicit images to minors, scamming people out of thousands of dollars, abusing a dog, the list went on. Given that Adam has not uploaded to the Sky Does Minecraft channel since these allegations were made public,
Yeah, that's
many have
GG.
credited Liz's statement for cratering his career. And no more proof
Which is
needed
understandable,
than the
yeah.
fact that 4 months after her tweet first dropped, Mr. Dahlberg put the Sky Does Minecraft channel up for sale on FameSwap, a digital marketplace for social media accounts, setting the price at $900,000. Once the internet picked up on this scheme, the listing was removed shortly after.
You're not getting 900 grand for that. There's just no way. There's just no way. It was just, I don't know why he would put that on any website. It just shows how insane he is. Why would you put that on any website not thinking your viewers are going to catch on and find that? I mean, it's very easy. He should have privately sold it or something.
For a while, many assumed he had successfully sold the account, but in early 2023, it appears Adam still had access, as he uploaded 2 YouTube shorts of his content.
Oof.
The Fine Bros have essentially been on YouTube since the
Wow,
very
I forgot
start of
about
the
them.
site, but were able to reach mainstream notoriety in 2010.
Yeah,
when
they were
found
huge.
Success on their main channel with videos in which they had kids, teens, elders, and other marketable groups react to viral videos and trending topics on the internet. The channel was an instant hit, with videos like Kids React to Gay Marriage and Teens React to PewDiePie drawing tens of millions of views. And from the channel's popularity, the brothers formed their own entertainment company, React Media. Over the course of many years,
The original
the brand
reactors.
was host to countless controversies for which they received immense blowback from the internet. But their most notorious impropriety was in 2016.
When they tried to,
released a video
they wanted to
announcing their new program,
trademark reacting.
in which they would license the format of their popular shows to other creators.
We are excited to announce React World, which is a first-of-its-kind program that allows people and companies to license all our popular shows online so that anyone, even you watching right now, can create your own versions in a fully legal way and be part of a new and exciting global community.
Many considered this to be a pretty brazen attempt to monopolize an incredibly basic video formats, so that anyone who wanted to do similar reaction videos.
I loved this when this happened. I thought it was so funny. This is the dumb drama on the internet that I love. Just stupid shit like this. You have 2 dudes who got such an ego about reacting that they want to basically keep reacting to themselves forever. I love this. I thought it was so funny.
Videos would have to share their revenue with the Fine Bros. Fittingly, the internet reacted rather negatively to this idea. Still, the brand weathered this, continuing to bring in over 100 million views per month up until 2019. But as the years continued to pass, reaction videos became more ubiquitous on the internet, leading to viewers wanting more personality-driven content in the genre. Because of this, a corporate entity like React Media's heyday was clearly in the rearview mirror.
That's so crazy. Asm was right there.
Their variety and quantity of content, their channel's engagement dropped off massively from its peak as they entered the 2020s, which is...
I mean, for them to have like a 10-year streak, though, is still insane. Like, to be a online internet whatever and not really be necessarily a personality, but keep a brand for 10 years of reacting is pretty incredible. But I do totally agree with that. People care more about watching a creator react because it's also instant. Like, I think one thing that streamers have that's really interesting compared to anyone else is that you see them reacting live, and even the YouTube videos, you know they're reacting live. They didn't watch it beforehand, right? So it's an instant thing, which is really interesting. When a YouTuber, when they're reacting, you kind of, it's a feeling of more polished, which is not as interesting for some people, but it is better for other people. But it is interesting. I do think that streamers have a huge layup on React content, which is kind of, in a sense, unfair, right? It's why a lot of YouTubers have gotten really upset with like me, XQC, or Asmin, or Hassan, and we've gotten like yelled at basically because they're pissed, and they have the right to be. It's like, We're basically taking your content and then reacting to it, putting it on our channels, and making money off of your video that you worked hard on. You know, and we just put it as the label as it's oh, but you can't, it's, you know, it's React content. It's you can't copyright it. But it's kind of lame in some ways. But I think if you do like a full-on React, and it's a little different, but it's still interesting.
Why it came as a shock to no one when in 2021 the Fine Bros sold the React channel to Electric Monster, a digital media.
But what's weird about that is I think there's a area of where it helps the YouTuber, and I think there's an area where it doesn't matter for the YouTuber, right? I think it doesn't matter for the YouTuber in like it actually helps YouTuber from like anywhere from if they're getting like 0 views to like 100,000 on a video, right? I think in that area, it helps a lot and it gets your name out there and people will watch your videos more. But I think in the area of like 200 to 300 to 400K, you putting up reacts will hurt the video. And I see that happen all the time. So I do think that there's a sweet spot where it actually does hurt the videos. But then once you're like someone like, you know, who gets 1 million or 2 million views, that doesn't matter at that point. You're already so successful, it doesn't make a difference.
Media roll-up company that had been formed the same year. Little is known about this acquisition, and considering neither of the Fine Bros have posted anything on their social media in the time since it occurred, makes many believe that there was fallout behind the scenes.
Oh,
The
shit.
only public statement the brothers have made about the sale was for a Variety article, in which they said, "I have and always wanted to build a strong digital brand with the intention of eventually passing it on to people we know would be able to help it continue to grow." After working on the company,
Aspen got massive hate for reacting. I mean, truthfully, we all have. Like, I remember that one guy, the people that make those really scary videos, we got a lot of hate from them about making videos because they were like, hey, we work nonstop on our videos. You're just reacting to it and putting it on your channel. Like, stop watching your stuff. We're going to copy strike you. So we just stopped watching it because they were genuinely getting mad and annoyed. And I think that's their right to be upset about that kind of stuff.
15 years, we are happy to see it transitioning to Electric Monster, and we'll be stepping away to finally spend some quality time with our family. We trust the company and channels are in good hands to continue to evolve, expand, and thrive.
Yeah,
In
JCS.
2005, best friends Ian Hecox and Anthony Padilla created a YouTube channel called Smosh, where they uploaded videos of themselves lip-syncing to the theme songs of children's shows. Smosh was one of the first ever channels to skyrocket to viral
God, they were
stardom
so
because of their
popular.
videos. But their true loyal following came when the two turned the focus of their channel towards making absurdist comedy sketches with eye-catching thumbnails. In 2011, unsure of the security of YouTube as a revenue stream, Ian and Anthony sold their channel to Alloy Digital, a company that would eventually become Defy Media. Years later, more would be revealed about this acquisition, but at the time it flew under the radar for all of Smosh's loyal fans. The sketches continued as they always had, and the channel only grew in popularity as years passed. In 2013, Smosh became the first YouTube channel to reach 10 million subscribers, but their incredible success wasn't just restricted to the main channel or even the platform of YouTube itself. Under Defy Media, Smosh branched out into many different ventures, including a gaming channel, cartoons,
I hated
video
that
games,
game.
movies, comic books, and so forth. They even launched a sitcom called Part-Timers in 2016, which ran for 2 seasons. Things seemed to be going well until 2017. On June 14th of that year, Anthony Padilla announced that he would be leaving Smosh and carving out his career's future on his own personal YouTube account, citing frustration with his lack of creative freedom under the company as the reason for his decision. While the channel continued as it had for a year without Anthony, things would change when in November of 2018, to the internet's collective astonishment, Defy Media announced that it was shutting down operations effective immediately and laying off all of the employees.
Damn.
After the news went public, Anthony made a video going after Defy Media for taking advantage of him and Ian all those years ago.
That company was drawing in millions of dollars every year, and I was seeing a fraction of that. I have no idea where all that money went that the company was making.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people that have ever sold their channels are gonna hate themselves for it. Like I mean, I think that especially that hindsight's 2020. Now he knows how successful he was going to be. Like, why do you sell your channel? It's because you're afraid that it won't be successful. But now that it's extremely successful, you're probably much more inclined to be like, yeah, I didn't see any of it. Like, fuck these guys. When the reality is you sold your channel because you were afraid, right?
Which I also just read had millions of dollars invested into it last year. And now it's gone. Where did all that money go?
He explained that they had sold the channel to Defy not for any set amount of money, but for stock in the company.
Oh,
even though
whoa.
it never went public, meaning that they had effectively given away the most popular channel on YouTube.
Wow.
For
Oh my God. I thought they got like $30 million.
free. For Smosh's most successful years, Ian and Anthony were paid on a salary and were not given any financial stake in the brand they created.
Wow, I didn't know that.
represented. In any case, Smosh's future was now entirely up in the air. Fortunately, Ian and the Smosh team found a new home after the channel was sold again, this time to Rhett and Link's media company, Mythical Entertainment. The channel views have been on a downward spiral ever since, with many speculating that the money being brought in no longer justifies how much it costs to run.
Absolutely not. People don't realize how expensive it is to do a media company in general. It's crazy expensive to do, and it's just not worth the money that you put into it. I mean, that's why OTK has like Starforge, Mad Mushroom, and Mythic Talent. It's because in order to keep everything going, you need to have different outlets. Otherwise, it will fail.
Grace Helbig's journey of content creation began in November of 2007, when she was house-sitting for a family and decided to vlog the experience for her personal YouTube channel, Gracie H in a Box. From this experience, she realized her passion for making videos. On March
Yeah, I know they just brought Smosh back, which I'm glad they did. I didn't know they sold it for $0. I thought they made like $30 million.
8th, 2008, she and her roommate Michelle created a new YouTube channel called Grace and Michelle, where they garnered thousands of views with their vlogs. Rob Barnett, the founder and CEO of an online brand called My Damn Channel, discovered Grace's videos both on her personal and shared channels, and gave her the offer to host her own web series of video blogs on his website.
Okay.
This show would become Daily Grace, which premiered in
I've heard
April
of that.
that year, and published new installments every weekday, eventually moving
Is that Shane
onto
Dawson?
the
Yeah, that
official
is.
Daily Grace YouTube page. This would
I'm
all
sure she
end
gets
on
canceled.
December 27th of 2013, though, when Helbig posted what would be her final episode in the Daily Grace series on the channel entitled See You Next Year. In the video, she cryptically alludes to what her fans would soon understand. 4 days later, My Damn Channel posted a statement to their website with the heading, Thank You Grace, in which Helbig's fans received a world-shaking announcement, as well as some insight into the behind-the-scenes arrangement of the series. With that, many discovered their favorite creator had no ownership of the series or account she was responsible for growing. Grace decided against renewing a contract that most fans did not know even existed. As it turned out, My Damn Channel was not actually her damn channel. And
Lol.
on January 6th of the following year, as she had alluded to in her goodbye video, Grace returned with a new upload, but this time doing so on her old personal account that she had started all those years ago, now renamed It's Grace. The Daily Grace account tried to pivot with new content, but
Damn,
it
she
all
went far.
failed. And even Grace's own popularity has all but evaporated, with her last video from 4 months ago only garnering 34,000 views despite having over 2 million subscribers.
Hi, my name is Grace Helbig. If you don't know now, you know your life is different now, and my life is different now.
I mean, look, when you sell your channel or you sell anything in this industry, I think of when you sell something, it's basically you're willing to give that up and you can never get it back. And the problem is, it seems like for all these creators, they wanted it back because they realized it was a stupid decision. Because in the moment, it sounds great. You're going to make some money, you're going to have some security, but then you just regret it because you're like, damn, I can have all the money in the world, but I will just regret selling that channel, basically, backstabbing my community in some way, and then expecting to come back. You can't come back. It's over. You just can't. They end up regretting it. They do. I mean, this is why it's hard to even sell something like OTK. Like, in general, it's like we have to be super safe on who we would ever want to work with us, because it's like, all right, like the second you sell it, you're in bed with that person and you have to work with them, and that's a lot, and that can mess up everything. They can then they have ideas, opinions, and they matter, and it's just very scary to have that happen, and basically it can kill your entire brand and company. You know?
An interesting fact is that last story technically doesn't have anything to do with a YouTuber selling their own channel, but it is an anecdote I've been wanting to tell for a while, so I included it here anyway. And with that, I think I'll end the video here. So until next time, thanks for watching.
Bye.